It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, and I thank the Honourable Member for Sheffield Central for bringing this debate. I welcome the publication of this plan. On paper, it marks an important step in bringing our climate ambitions into alignment with our responsibilities to nature and to people. I particularly welcome the recognition that the climate and nature crises are inseparable. The introduction of an annual climate and nature statement to Parliament is a significant development, and I'm proud that it grew from the Climate and Nature Bill that I introduced earlier this year. First, we must ensure this plan truly treats climate and nature as partners, not as parallel work streams. The commitments to restore peatlands, create woodland, clean up air and water and reduce flood risk are essential. Yet the scaling back of tree planting and peat restoration targets is concerning. Ambition of language is not yet matched by ambition of action. And we must move beyond a narrow focus on trees towards a whole ecosystem approach, valuing soils, wetlands, hedgerows and biodiversity as carbon sinks and habitats. I'm concerned by the heavy reliance on carbon capture and storage and sustainable aviation fuels. This speculation on technology still in development risks delaying real emissions reduction and offshoring ecological harm. We can't afford to chase technical fixes at the expense of nature, when nature itself can be our greatest ally in the fight against climate change. Second, the green transition must be fair and rooted in our local communities. The green economy can deliver cheaper bills, warmer homes and thousands of good jobs. But this will only work if we support the people who are already trying to drive change. Our farmers, local councils, schools and families want to be part of this transition. They must be incentivised, not penalised. At the moment, farming emissions remain high, while clarity for farmers remain low. I know my farmers in the South Cotswolds want to be part of a fair transition, but they need clarity about where their goalposts stand. There is no coherent strategy to boost domestic horticulture and arable production, or to ensure that family farms are not squeezed out by intensification. A thriving green economy cannot come at the cost of hollowing out our countryside. Community energy is another clear opportunity. Demand for community-run renewables far exceeds the support currently offered. Unlocking the right for community groups to sell energy directly to local people would be transformative and enable communities to truly participate in their own energy transition. I'm troubled that huge ground-mounted solar projects like the one planned for my constituency risk alienating the public rather than including them. We need a just and fair energy transition that is as resilient to adverse conditions in the geophysical climate as to potential future political climates. When this transition is deeply rooted in communities, it can't be uprooted by a net zero sceptic government in the future. So I welcome this plan, but we must ensure that it truly delivers from the ground up, not the top down. Let's empower farmers, communities, councils and schools to lead the way. Let's build a resilient, vibrant, nature-rich future that truly works for everyone. As Christiana Figueres has said, doing our best is no longer enough. We must do what is necessary.
Tom Hayes.
I thank my honourable friend for Sheffield Central for securing this debate. It's a pleasure to serve. It's a pleasure, rather, to see another Hayes serving in the chair. Sir John, when we talk about the Carbon Budget Delivery Plan, we're talking about progress towards a cleaner, fairer and more secure Britain. And with COP30 set to properly get underway, we know the consequences of breaching the 1.5 degrees limit. There will be more people exposed to extreme heat, higher sea levels, increased food security risks. There will be an extinction of species, a loss of virtually all coral reefs, and climate-sensitive diseases will spread at a greater scale. We cannot allow that to happen. But in tackling the issue for global reasons, there are also clear benefits at home. Clean energy is the route to faster, more resilient growth. Analysis by Oxford Economics for Energy UK shows that our economy could add up to £240 billion in value by 2050 if we step up our ambition. The faster we move now, the more our economy works for working people and the more good, secure jobs we will create. And I'm particularly pleased to see the government setting up Great British Energy with £8.3 billion of funding funding that's going into large-scale solar, offshore wind, grid-scale battery projects. I'm also pleased today to see the announcement by SSE of £33 billion of investment to unlock secure, affordable, clean energy and to support our economic growth. Proof that when you invest in the green economy, you see investors returning that. And sprinting to net zero doesn't just boost growth, it also protects it. We saw what happened when the last government failed to plan for resilience. Volatile international fossil fuel markets sent our bills soaring and made our growth sputter. Typical household energy costs nearly doubled in a single year, and all of our constituents are still living with the costs of that. Millions pushed into fuel poverty, energy bill debt remaining now at record levels. Indeed, when the last government